For us. Those are our main concerns, and you can take a look over Winston-Salem right now. You've got temperatures at 63 degrees. That's pretty cool for this time of the year. We're typically in the 80s and at least on our way there. Right now we have winds out of the west at about 5 miles an hour. Here's the culprit. We've got a front that is stretched out to the north and areas of low pressure that have been with us as we've seen that system roll through. We've got scattered showers out there. You're going to continue to have scattered showers up through about 7 o'clock. Then we should start to see those back off and really dropping down to clear you out. Now we might have some times where you're drier than other times, and that could increase our air quality concerns again, although wildfire smoke continues to pour into the area, so there's not a whole lot we can do about that. What we can do is try and reduce our emissions still and make sure that we're reducing our activity out there when you can, especially if you have asthma or underlying health concerns too. But for the rest of the public too, thinking about not overexerting during these air quality days. You see those temperatures as we start to clear out overnight do take you down into the 50s. We'll see some good sunshine in the foothills after the rain showers wind down. We've got temperatures in the 50s, so it is cool overnight, and we've got 56 degrees in the mountains. At least you can see a break from the air conditioning units that might have been running, but you might still have to be running some of those air purifiers or running the AC because you don't want that smoke to enter your house. So all of those are factors in the forecast, and that includes for folks up into the mountains and the foothills too. That plume of smoke has really been moving in the same direction that you're seeing some of the showers, so it's coming in from the north and kind of rolling with that wind pattern aloft and at the surface, so that west to northwesterly movement of moisture as well as whatever else is in the air. And this time it's typically wildfire smoke, but you can also carry some of that pollution from our other areas in other cities that may be coming and mixing with that wildfire smoke. So something to think about. 66 degrees in Burlington, 70 in Salisbury, as well as Asheboro. So you are a little bit warmer where you don't have as much of the rain. You've been as warm as 72 down there so far. 54 in Sparta, really chilly in Beech Mountain at 49. So the western slopes are a little bit cooler in spots. We've got 64 in Lenoir and seeing some of those showers still up over areas of haze. You see that front as we look ahead, really sliding south even more as we go into the afternoon hours, and that slides in by around 8 o'clock. We'll start to see some of those shower chances die down, and then we get you cleared out, bring you sunshine and back into the upper 70s tomorrow. So not as warm as where we've been. By lunchtime, you're even in the low 70s. You have sunshine. And anytime we have sunshine, we have that chance to see higher levels of ozone, and that may be, again, an issue for us tomorrow. Right now we have decent levels of ozone. It's not a concern with the clouds in place. We have temperatures that are in, of course, the cooler 60s, so that's not helping to trigger that chemical reaction that we can see on those really hot days. Air quality alert is still in place for the wildfire smoke concern. That's particle pollution. It can also include dust and emissions, as we mentioned, but it's a code red today. Yesterday it was a code red, orange level. We saw those levels hourly though start to pump up in the afternoon and evening hours. We were in the code red range. We may still see the code red range at times today. We've dropped off a little bit into the code orange range as the rain is coming in, but it's not doing the big trick as we still have those fires burning. That's what we need to do, is to shut down the fires and see the improvement for wildfire smoke. But it might be with us for another couple of weeks that we're talking about those air quality concerns. Here's that 7-day forecast. You can see stretched out with temperatures in the upper 70s and mostly dry after we get you through today. Rainfall totals may end up being 1/4 of an inch up to about 1/2 an inch. More storm chances again on Monday, and that brings temperatures back down into the 70s. But Saturday looking really nice. You know, we talked about a really nice weekend ahead, and I think for Bowman Gray Racing, it looks pretty dry for now. We could see an isolated shower or two trying to work in toward the end of the weekend, but Saturday looking good and warm to start you off in the stands on Saturday night. So hopefully you'll get out there and enjoy that. We'll have much more for you coming up.